All right, so I wanted to run through what I'm doing for my drive-by-wire. So this is for if you want to do truly drive-by-wire in my IS300, and so you need both of the pedal needs to be a drive-by-wire pedal, and also, of course, the throttle body has to be a drive-by-wire throttle body, obviously. So this is kind of what I did to adapt it into the into my IS300. So this is the actual drive-by-wire pedal. I'll zoom in and tell you the part number here for it, but this is, I believe, from a 07 IS, and I'll put the part number in the description, but that's what that is. And then basically what I did is the place I bought the pedal from came with this mounting bracket piece that obviously doesn't go in the 01 IS300 but on the 07s, and so I used this to kind of adapt from the stock pedal bolt holes and then adapt into this mounting plate, and then the mounting plate goes on to the pedal. And what that does is that gets me the right spacing. So the pedal's not too far down, not too far forward. Right now I think it's a little close to the brake, but I got to kind of test it out. So this is kind of my first draft of it. I did take the stock mount from the stock throttle body and added these 1/4-inch spacers right here and right here. So then what happens is this goes right here, and then that mounts right there. And then these two M6 bolts go right here, and those go right down into there. And what that does is that's going to bolt into the stock location for the stock throttle body. So that's what that does there. And then this plate does goes on to the bracket there. What's really unique, and just for how I was doing it kind of quick and dirty style, is this plate is really nice because it gives you the spacing and it offsets the bolts so that way there's space for these bolt heads to be in. So I'll put the part number in there, but this was really, really helpful. I did have to sand a little bit of the plastic to kind of clear the bolt heads, but it's just plastic, and I did technically it's upside down because there's more space. The bolt heads kept hitting this plastic, so I just flipped it around so that way there was more space for the bolt heads, because when you look at the template, the bolt holes for here go here, and they're pretty close to the original stock ones. But essentially, plate through the spacers with the bolts mounts to the body. This adapter here mounts right into the plate, and then pedal goes right on. So I'll show you what that looks like in the car. Oh, and one thing more to add is I did put a riv nut on the adapter plate. This is a 1/8 inch steel plate, but because the riv nut insert sits up, I wanted to capture as much surface area as I could on top of this. So I just put a 1/2 inch washer there, and then another washer up here so it sits nice and flush, because I wanted to capture as much surface area as I could when this mounts, so that way it'll be the best possible to take those kind of forces when you push the gas pedal. Yeah, so I'll show you what it looks like in the car. Okay, so here is the adapter plate mounted into the car. What's really nice is the riv nut has just enough space not to touch back there. It doesn't touch here, So it's looking good. That's just the stock gas pedal bolts. All right, let's put on the next part. Okay, so here is the pedal all mounted up. And what I did is, when I was making my template, is I used the original stock stopper as my guide to know where I was in relationship to the new pedal. And so this is how it goes. And then what's great is it bottoms out in the pedal before it hits. It's just shy of hitting the backstop, so I know that this is where the pedal ends and it's not being restricted by the backstop. And that is as solid as it gets right there. So there we go. Pedal, and I've got the little connector for it, and I'll put that in the description as well, as far as the connector part number, pedal part number, all that jazz. I'm sure somebody out there, as far as I have plates on top of plates and everything like that, lots of bolts and hardware, I'm sure someone could CNC something all fancy and stuff, but you know what? This works. All right, then also here is the part number for the connector that fits into the pedal. So here it is. Here's what I got it from, and there is the part number right there.